having everybody fire at all cylinders. Like, if the pressure was on at those previous lands, like, the pressure is up to 1,000 right now.
What if I told you at the start of the year, the Houston Outlaws were in the grand finals of the Overwatch League 2022?
I would have said we
family show, Matt. Family show.
I would have said we went WWE. We were right in it.
You've been a kayfabe, as they call it.
Yeah. Right.
All right. It's on the table. As is a phrase often coined by Houston's constituents, it is always Houstonable, but
you looked at
they
the
look
team,
very good.
And you were wondering like what was going to go on in the tank role, right? And Danteh has turned into, like, obviously we knew he was an incredible player, but just an incredible find in the role, and he just seems like such a natural fit, as the map choice will be the Delcials, it will be King's Row.
Down to start on defense here. The Outlaws look to continue to build off the momentum from that first map. A lot of pressure already on Sparkle. He has to rate and exit stage right.
They give up this space and they back into the corner. So, you know, like a disruptor shot could be really big here, force them out of this, like, sightlines and right into where Merritt wants to shoot from. Are they gonna give up the point?
He's too low. He had to get a protection, Suzu, just to get back in the fight. He's clinging on to life, somehow being kept alive. Oh. How do you do it, Fielder?
I mean, Fielder generates so much ultimate charge off the healing Fearless from basically death. But you give up 95% on the point though, Mitch. You give up 2 ticks.
That's the price they pay to be able to regroup after a weak start to the fight. You see Sparkle's rage form get forced early. You know they're not in a great place to pressure Danteh.
It's a break.
Oh, you've got to be kidding! Edison inventing 3 kills as well as light bulbs, I see.
That's going to force the Outlaws back. That'll force them to wait even longer.
What a lovely little play. Again, just takes the initiative, decides to flank, catches Lastro there mid-flight. Merritt, though, has got some of that up his sleeve as well. What a great pick on Chiyo here. It's going to be a Kitsune rush, though, from both sides. This is about to get extremely messy. And Edison having to take Pelican out of the mixture now. I don't want to be here if I'm Danteh, not dealing with the Reaper. Edison's the one that finishes the job. He must have hurt us.
And to lose your Reaper while you're using that Kitsune rush is so tragic there for the Outlaws. Like, because he's the one who benefits off it the most, right? You know, Reaper gets lifesteal for doing damage. You know, all of his cooldowns, you know, pretty important to be able to survive. And not have the Reaper there to put it down, that is and that is not where that one wanted to go.
No, great defensive disrupt the shot there from Merritt. Yeah, no one's going to jump him in that position. Here's the overclock though. Merritt living dangerously. Trying to slip slide out of there. Creative takes a glancing blow from one of those rails, but it's going to put pressure on the healing capacity of the Outlaws. Here's the sound barrier now. Fearless hanging on. Lastro seeing better days though. They're trying to go for the Lucio. And they get creative as a bonus. No supports, no healing left. And still Pelican goes for it. He's gotten 3. And it's still not enough. Not right yet anyway.
No, he's just going to get back in line of sight of creative, and now they're going to go on in. They actually used their own overclock during that as well, did Houston. And this is the benefit of only needing 1 tick.
And there it is. All Houston needed was that play from Pelican in what looked like a lost fight, right? Any other day.
I mean, you know, a lot of the time that is a lost fight. I mean, the double kill with the death blossom there from Pelican, a few players low via the overclock already, but still just massive kills. That unlocks the point, and you'll get the payload moving here. It's the Dallas Fuel, they want to play close.
Sparkle falls back a little bit early here. Merritt trying to use the payload to break line of sight if possible. Keep this Reaper off him, he has to slide away now though. The Outlaws staved off from the choke for the next couple of seconds. Fielder has a Kitsune rush. He's waiting for some sort of push here. Sparkle's a little low, but he doesn't want to use Swift Step. Edison, though, again solves the problems before they materialize.
Yeah, somebody was weak on Dallas, and I think Pelican went to go kind of finish that kill off. They really, I mean, at that point, the Outlaws were playing for their Kitsune rush. They're just trying to, like, let Danteh take some damage in the choke, you know, farm up that via some healing. So, you know, not a huge loss here for the Outlaws, because you're going to come back here now with both teams having the rush.
Edison, what is he doing over here? Okay. Ready to receive the Outlaws push. Danteh trying to pressure him out, but Edison refused to be backed up.
Lastro getting close to beat.
Suzu there used, Lastro building it. Chiyo not too far behind either. Edison has an overclock though if he gets that early. It could be curtains. He tried to line up Lastro there, but Danteh gets in this way. Fantastic disruption here from the Primal Rage. Creative is low. Here's the sound barrier now. Danteh crucially does not get it.
They back up. And look at this. Dallas are going to concede some payload progress. They have their own sound barrier.
Here's Johnny.
Oh, nice disengage here from Houston.
Don't know how they get away with that, honestly. Fearless is the cat amongst the pigeons there.
I think they just read it completely, that Fearless coming right back over the top.
Sparkle racing, they're trying to catch him here. Pelican, he's hungry. All the way to the back line, and here's the spin to win. The Fuel can't quite get away from it. Sparkle gonna fall to that ultimate. Fearless having to jump away, and I actually get Danteh. There might be some fight here, but Pelican somehow, extrasensory perception, feels Chiyo's coming and takes it down.
You still got this Reaper in the mix. You are good to go if you're the Outlaws. As they can just kind of keep Pelican up at the front. That'll be a disruptor shot, just trying to force them back into that corner. As both teams with another Kitsune rush.
Chiyo's back. Dallas back at full strength here.
They gotta wait for Danteh.
1 minute and 7 seconds on the clock here for Houston. They definitely need a good fight here. The Fuel have the Death Blossom plus Kitsune Rush combination. That could be a little bit scary. Here's the overclock from Merit. Pelican takes too much damage, has to race out of the fight early on. Creative now going to go for the Kitsune Rush of his own. Fielder a little low. Here comes Sparkle up the stairs, and he's found one. Lastro should be enough. And he'll have the chance for Dallas now to hold off the Outlaws. 37 seconds left.
The Outlaws still in this. Even though you're down below 30 seconds now, you'll have Primal. You're going to get a sound barrier out of this too. And I think if you're Houston, as soon as you get that beat, I think you get aggressive behind it. I think you've got to get right in Edison's face.
Oh, Merit. Something took him very low there. 14 seconds. Houston have to figure it out now. Danteh bubbles, but there's a teleport to the high ground. Sparkle didn't want to let Danteh perch up there, but he has the Primal Rage. No risk of dying right now for him, but he has to return to his team and Merit. Oh, Merit! Fearless chases him down. What great follow-up on that hit there from Edison.
Sound barrier gets everybody alive on Houston.
But what's left? No more ultimates. Dallas, they have the latest sound barrier. They have the durability now, and they're going to use it to its fullest extent. Pelican is 1 health and just trying to stall the card. That's just not going to be enough.
Yes, it's a really nice... So Edison's getting actually primaled by Danteh. Hits him with a shot and gets Danteh like scared and low and has to like back out. So now he doesn't have to deal with the Winston anymore. Rounds the corner, looks up to the high ground, and he hits Merit with a shot. Like it was really fast, but hits him with a shot, gets him low. Fearless already in position to finish off the Sojourn. It's a really nice play there from Edison. One, backing up the opponent tank, getting him out of your face, but then also getting that shot that leads to the kill on the enemy Sojourn.
So, formal apology to the Dallas Fuel for even remotely implying that Edison did in fact not have a disgusting Sojourn, because he is 10 final blows for 1 singular death, out of a total of 21 for the Fuel.
I mean, nobody is like really kind of like, you know, questioned, I think, Edison's skill and where, you know, which is the consistency and in these big moments, right? In this first half, he has shown up. Also, like, the first point on Nepal, he was disgusting. I got a little bit quiet after that, but he plays, you know, even half of what we just saw in this, you know, first half of Kings Row. You love your chances for the Dallas Fuel.
Dallas Fuel have put themselves in a really great position here.
What do you think about them giving up that 2 ticks here at the start?
So Winston-based defense compositions often have to give camp progress to regroup, right? Because often the Winston gets out of phase with the rest of the team, and if he does rejoin them, he's probably low. It's kind of hard to have consecutive fights as defenders with
nobody plays like Spark, where Teru's like, no, on the balcony of the hotel behind the other team.
Oh, they're saving that for later in the day. Don't worry. Edison, another flank! Another headshot! Merit absolutely reeling, in the Outlaws now have the absolute stuffing knocked out of them. Not even a Pelican play can save them now.
And I, you know, because it's just a wipe, you're not even going to have a chance, I think, to fight this again, as The Outlaws are just gonna have to play at the choke, and this is gonna be a very difficult hold if you're Houston.
Merit has one final blow on this map so far.
Not great.
It's been shut down. So I'm going to watch now, definitely, as the Outlaws need to rely on some of their star power to stabilize this increasingly sticky situation.
I feel like I'm watching Search and Destroy. Yeah, he's peeking here through the window, trying to find an angle.
All right, Merit being able to charge up here again. He wants to be very safe and in a position to find that insta-kill. Edison playing a little bit closer to the front lines here. Here's the Kitsune rush, and there go the Outlaws.
They had that so early.
They're going, they're not stopping, they're not stopping! Pelican couldn't get away, he turned tail, right walk, no, the field were too fast, running roughshod over the rapidly retreating Outlaws. They're not done running away.
And Merit stays there because he's actually just trying to get a kill. Unlike maybe an exit, right? You get a kill, you're gonna have that advantage coming back for a fight right before the game would end. But man, you got that Kitsune so much faster than the Outlaws because of how that first fight went.
This has already gone from bad to worse for the Outlaws. 2 consecutive fights lost, and it already finds a Dallas Fuel knocking on the door to the Foundry. And that card, 2 meters away, somebody's gonna step up. I understand the reluctance, but say play the game. Kitsune rush here now from the Outlaws. Edison acquiesces, gives a little bit of ground. Dallas are more than happy to let that ultimate go and regroup again.
Yeah, because, you know, Dallas, they end up using their overclock, right? So they don't want to push directly into that. So if we trade overclock for a Kitsune rush, you'll do that all the time.
What's he cooking? What is he cooking? Here's the Death Blossom from Pelican. He's going to be redirected back towards his team, though. He gets nothing for that. Another wasted ultimate.
And it's Suzu that helps everybody on Dallas stay alive. They get that brief moment of immortality and move back around the corner.
Dallas are torturing the Outlaws, picking them apart, stitch by stitch. And here comes the needle now. Sound barrier for the Fuel. They're going to get the card moving here. Pelican's going to have to step up and contest, but it's a scary situation. Sparkle, Death Blossom! That'll do it! Pelican able to shut him down there. Chiyo barreling into the middle of the fight. There you can see Pelican's the only one sat on the card. Creative trying to keep them topped up. Pelican has to rake the way. Here's the Kitsune rush and Creative is down. Pelican follows. And the Dallas Fuel absolutely stop the Outlaws on Kings Row.
I got a feeling we're going to be here a bit with this one.
Get comfortable, ladies and gentlemen.
Dallas, they tie it up. Their map pick of Kings Row.
17-1 for Edison.
Edison popped off that game. So, you know, you were wondering how they were going to respond after map number 1. He showed up big time.
That is a flatted deadlift for Edison on Kings Row. What a way to shut down everybody who doubted